Hi everyone! Today I'm going to share a video with you about some spelling and grammar checkers that you can use for students who may be working on editing as part of their writing. So I had someone come to me recently and ask about Grammarly, which is an extension for Chrome that I recommend a lot. And actually I've been using it for a lot of years and I really like it. But it seems to be, when I was working with this person trying to get it set up for a student, it seems that the version that we downloaded was really basic. So I don't know if maybe it has changed for new downloads and maybe it's not as feature rich as the one that I use. What I use it is the free version, but like I said, I've been using it for a long time. So it seems like the newer download versions, maybe they're trying to go towards like trying to get people to buy the premium version. But one thing that I do like about Grammarly for myself is that when I'm writing an email, it pops up into my email and it will of course give me suggestions for my writing, but then it also, I really like this feature where it tells what my tone is, so I can make sure that my emails sound friendly and that they're formal for work and things like that. But that's one thing I do use Grammarly quite a lot, but like I said, I just don't know if the newer versions are as quite as feature rich as what I'm using because I've had it so long. And I don't know, maybe also just the longer I've used it, the better it has gotten. So I don't know if maybe you use it more. Um, it seems like maybe it starts adding in you know, better functions for you. But anyways, in order to get Grammarly, and I do really recommend Grammarly still if you want to try it out if you haven't yet, you just go to your Chrome, Google Chrome, go to a web search, and then type in Grammarly, and it's an extension. So you could type in Grammarly extension, and it would take you to the Chrome Web Store. Okay, and then you're going to push this button right here. This right now it says remove from Chrome just because I already have it, but it would say add to Chrome if you don't have it yet. And then once you add it, it will pop it right up here into your toolbar. Now, one thing, like if you don't see it pop up, you can click on this little puzzle piece, and I have a lot of them, but see how like the little pin is highlighted? That's how it goes up into my bar. Like this Mercury reader, I don't have it pinned because it's not like the first one that I want to see. So that's a little trick to get it to show if you're not seeing it. Anyway, so that's Grammarly. And like I said, Grammarly does a lot of things. I actually wanted to share with you the something I use also as a teacher is I like to pull it automatically will pop up into my IEP writing. So when I'm writing an IEP, it will do a lot of suggestions. Right here it wants me to make sixth grade with a dash. Um, it just helps you really a lot, and it'll also tell me that it sounds friendly because I like to keep kind of like a positive vibe, in my profile. So I love that about it. I use that feature quite a bit when I'm writing an IEP, and it's really nice. So, but for anyone who's looking for some alternatives to Grammarly, like if you don't have the features like this on the new downloads, and like I said, I'm not sure, but just some alternatives. Another extension that you can find on the web store, the Chrome Web Store, is the language tool. You would search grammar and spell checker, and it would come up. There's probably lots of options, but if you look for this icon, the LT language tool, okay? So then again, you're just going to add it to Chrome, and it's going to pop up here in your toolbar. Okay, so I'm going to show you this in. So I have a Google Doc with something that has a lot of errors in it. I'm going to copy that real quick so I can fix it or so I can use it in other things. But so right here you can see the language tool popped up. It has a lot of things that it's going to suggest, and I can just fix it from here. And it's it's a lot like what Grammarly does. Now, like this one, it has some spelling suggestions. It had a capitalization suggestion. It has a lot of like instead of WAT for what, it's going to suggest several things, but the best one is in front. Okay, so that's the language tool, and the nice thing about Grammarly and language tool is then when you go to some web-based things, they'll pop up into those anytime you have a text box. Okay, so the other three things I'm going to show you are all web-based. Okay, the first one is called Scribbins. It's at scribbins.com. And what you do is you take your text. I had it from the other window, and I'm going to paste it in here as my text that I want to check. And I'm going to go to check it. Okay, and then it will give me some things that I could use. Oh, now I noticed that's my Grammarly popping up in there. So look, since this is a text box, Grammarly automatically will pop up in there. So the nice thing about this is you could potentially use the suggestions from Scribbins and then also suggestions from Grammarly, and hopefully have kind of like a double whammy as far as finding things well. Okay, the next one I want to show you is called Reverso Speller, and it's at reverso.net. Okay, so here I pasted this in. Now this is really, oh, so there's my Grammarly again, it popped up. Okay, but I don't want to do that yet because I'm going to go to check and watch this. It will actually automatically make the fixes, which I love, and then it will underline them, and you can hover over, and this is kind of a cool teaching tool because students could look at this and see like, oh, this was the letter U, like if you see in red there, it was just, I just used the letter U, but it needs to be the whole word Y-O-U. Or here, I didn't capitalize, I forgot to capitalize do, so it capitalized it for me, but it shows me what I did wrong. This was the word T-W-O, and it needed to be T-O. Okay, so the cool thing is this does the fixes already. You don't have to go through and choose them all, but and then it can kind of show you. I really think I like Reverso Speller the best out of all the web-based tools, just for that reason, because first of all, it catches a lot of mistakes. Some of the others don't catch everything, and I just feel like it catches the most mistakes, and it fixes and shows you why it did it. One thing I don't love is that I didn't really find any tool that that catches the punctuation errors. So, for example, right here, the last two lines I left off a period on purpose and it didn't catch it or put it in. And then I also use sentences that would require quotation marks and it didn't catch that either. So I'm not sure that I found any tool that does those. So that just might be an extra thing you have to work on. But the nice thing then about this is I can copy it to my clipboard and then I can take it back to a Google Doc and text it and paste it back in there. Okay, and then the last online one is called Check24 Net. Okay, and I think I must have my pen on. Oh, I see what I did. I clicked on something I don't need. Okay, so spellcheck24.net. Here I paste in my text in, and again, this one pops up at the bottom with looks like the language tool extension popped up into this one, not Grammarly, but you could use it, like when I click, it's going to give me that language tool suggestion, but then also, I think it should give me the other one too. Oh, it's not wanting to do it right now. But so spell checker 24, if my language tool was not on, it has some of these things that it would suggest to me. But here you could kind of use it in conjunction with language tool. Okay, and then the last thing I want to show you just is just in a basic Google Doc. Google Docs will actually do a lot of checking for you. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my language tool. Because it'll actually change a lot of things for you. So you just click on it and it will give you the suggestion and then you can fix it. It doesn't tell you why it did it or anything. A lot of the other tools will give you a reason why they did it, but Google Docs will help fix a lot of things also. So I hope those tools are helpful to you. I hope that you found something that you are able to use with students today. And I would love to hear your questions and some topics that you would like me to dig into. I enjoy doing this and sharing with you guys. So please let me know if this was helpful and if there are any other topics I can help you with. Thanks.